Thank you so much, guys, for connecting. We are Ivan and Malika, and we are hosting our weekly collective calls as usual. So we got three amazing projects today to pitch here. Let me introduce them real quick. So first of all, we got Victor, Humanode co-founder, joining us. Then Jim, business director from Wazcher. And hopefully we'll see Honeypot Finance CEO Wilson Wu joining us.
Yeah, hello again, everybody. My name is Victor. I'm co-founder of Humanode, building this project of my life for 5 years already. And basically, we're in crypto for almost 10 years, and we were deep into proof of stake market, being one of the biggest validators across a few blockchains. And we saw that proof of work and proof of stake, while in terms of being open source, having a lot of clients, anyone can use it, they are decentralized. However, the infrastructure of it is not decentralized, because you always have for-profit entities governing our decentralized blockchains, and eventually the decision comes down to 10 people in the private Telegram chat deciding on where the treasury is going to be spent or what upgrade are we going to do next. And this is why we wanted to solve this. We had no idea how, but in 2020 we finally figured out that we can merge biometrics with cryptography and with blockchain, basically creating a one person, one node, one vote network. And here we are, more than 2 years after mainnet launch. We are by Nakamoto coefficient, which shows how many validators do you need to actually stop the network. We are at almost 300, which is the highest among, if you compare it to proof of stake blockchains, okay, because there is no other proof of human blockchain EVM compatible like we are. And our biometrics are also used for different use cases, not just for validator verification, and we're currently at over 2 million bioverifications. And how did we do that? Well, apart from the protocol, we also have on-chain verification for basically your EVM address, which works already on 20 different chains besides ours, but our chain is the center of biometric verification. We have integrations with Discord, but Wazcher on the right, which was pretty popular. Airdrops like Say and Nibiru used it, and we hit over 500,000 users there over the first year. And one of the things we do is privacy, of course, and our confidential virtual machines we have for biometrics can be used for other purposes as well. And just to tell you about what we're doing next, okay, we're not a young project. We're here for 5 years. We already have an on-chain ecosystem of DEXs, SEXs, DeFi, bridges, and we're working with a lot of other chains in order to bring Sybil-resistance to their chains and to their ecosystems. Well, the next step for us is basically making protocol more optimized in terms of revenue, because finally we have a lot of projects deploying on our chain exclusively. A huge Web 2.5 game launching this year that can bring us over 100,000 on-chain paying users. Also, there is a cool DeFi project, prediction markets for scientific discoveries. And yeah, currently internally, we're working on basically finally implementing one human, one vote DAO. We do have one human, one node for 2 years, but the DAO is not yet functioning. And we're working on, making us the center of biometric on-chain verification, getting integrated into different reputation protocols. Maybe you heard about Nomis, Ruby Score, guys like this. And of course, into lots of other identity aggregators, like, let's say, previously Gitcoin, now Human Protocol. That's it from me. Thank you all very much.
All right, let's move on to the questions then. We already received a couple of those, so let's start with them. First, what's been the funniest or weirdest attempt someone made to game your one human, one node system? Interesting to know.
So we had funny attempts during the proof of concept, because our proof of concept was really bad at accuracy. Currently, there is no fun, to be honest, because the accuracy of biometrics we have, like the error rate of uniqueness checks, is 1 in 125 million. So nobody was able to game the system. And we actually don't know what happens in the session of the user, because it's all private in the confidential virtual machine. No fun, really. But during proof of concept, our designer was playing a lot with awful open source biometrics that we used. And he was actually able, by scanning his face upside down, to get into my address. and get my money from it. That was fun, but that was 4.5 years ago.
I see. And definitely you've made some progress since then. Okay, next, if Humanode become the go-to Sybil-resistant layer, what's the first big part of Web3 you think it will completely transform?
That's a great question. I mean, it's already transforming airdrops, because all the guys like Linea, Sonium, they're all creating their own IDs, which aggregate different Sybil-resistant protocols and reputation protocols, scoring your own chain reputation. This is already happening. Okay, so any incentive distribution which is not just tied to capital, but to real users, humans, not just TVL, this is where we are mostly used. That's where we have most of our users, and that's what we're transforming, first of all. And we are also experimenting with transformations in DeFi, uncollateralized loans, very small ones. You can get money for gas for free without showing your identity. And there is a big chance that you don't return the money, but still, the economics can work if the interest is high. But yeah, I hope it answers the question.
Yeah, right on. Guys, just to remind you real quick, we post all the contact details of our speakers in the chat. So if you want to connect, feel free to find them by scrolling up. Thank you. Next, small text. Facial biometrics on chain sounds sci-fi. How do you convince everyday users it's safe and not just another data grab?
Yeah, so to be honest, most of the users don't care about privacy at all. We do spend a lot of time on privacy, and unfortunately, not too many care. To be honest, right now, the only way to do it is just trust. Trust us or trust the attestation of AMD. We're using AMD tech for our confidential virtual machine. But yeah, you're right. It's impossible for the user without going into the articles or GitHub to verify it. So for a normal user, it's impossible for now. But we're working on the second version of it, where actually the attestation of the security and privacy of the biometric server will be also validated from the user device during the session. And in the left upper corner of his browser address, let's say, where you can click and see, oh, this connection is secure, here is SSL certificate. We're going to have there written like, yeah, this connection is secure, this is really a confidential virtual machine you're interacting with, so you should not care a lot about the data. The beautiful thing about the biometric approach we have is that actually the original video feed is never leaving user device, because we're extracting all the data that we need in anonymized fashion, and only this 3D face map, which doesn't look like a face, is sent to encrypted server. So yeah, really hard to convince at the one side of it, but on the other side of it, people don't have to be convinced. If there is an incentive, they're going to do it.
Okay, thank you for answering the question. And also one more from me. So I see that you gathered like more than 500,000 users. So what's been the response, how people react and what their thoughts? How are you interacting with the community somehow and gather some suggestions?
Well, we did fix some, mostly we had problems with the community not reading properly what they're going to do. Because our technology works like that. In order to get rid of Sybil attacks, for sure, you can verify your one address or your one Discord account once a half a year. Every half a year, we completely delete the data, so you can verify another account after that. But users were just, oh, sorry, I verified not the right account. Can you do something about it? No, all data is private. We can just make you use another account. So we really didn't have too much questions about privacy. People are used to even KYC. When you're doing KYC, you have a person in the back office comparing your face to the passport, because the neural networks cannot compare a small photo to your face accurately. And the suggestions that we had from the users is that we're just trying to make them understand they cannot unbind the action. And we were actually fixing the UX, reminding them about it. Hey, this action is irreversible, please take attention. But to be honest, there was not a lot of community backlash among our partners or ourselves. Didn't expect that. We didn't expect that when we started Humanode.
Totally. Guys, if you have something out, please go ahead. Malika, you're free to ask something as well. or we can move on to our another speaker. Your call.
Yeah, thank you so much, Victor, for the pitch. Yeah, let's move to the next project. And yeah, guys, if you want to connect
Thank you very
with
much.
Humanode after the call, in the chat, I post.
Yeah, you can reach me out. I'm very responsive on Telegram.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much again. And Jim, are you up to go next one?
All right. Hey guys, my name is JJ. I'm the co-founder and business director for Wazcher. And let me introduce you to Wazcher. So Wazcher is an AI-powered video commerce platform where users can shop directly inside the video while they're watching. And we hold a global patent on this watch and buy technology, and we reward users with crypto for spending time watching videos on our platform. So in short, we turn attention into transactions. Now here's the problem. Creators are struggling to monetize on ads because the ads, they don't pay enough from traditional platforms. When they promote products, conversion fails because checkout takes too many steps and breaks the experience. And from the viewer's side, there's no incentive to make the purchase. That's why creator commerce underperforms. All right, our solution changes this completely. With Wazcher, viewers can shop inside the video itself. They can browse products, check details, and buy the products instantly without leaving the screen at all. And crypto rewards, they can turn passive viewers into active buyers, all right? So they just don't sit there, they actually buy products. And this isn't a theory. This technology has actually generated over 100 million GMV in Taiwan alone. Let me jump into this demo to show you guys how it's done. So here's how it looks. It's just like YouTube. It's just like traditional video platforms. Watch a video, and then you can earn our token while you're watching videos on our platform. Every second, every minute count. And with one tap, you can open and shop video from video shop, right? And then you can browse. You can select the product that you want, all right? And then you can add to cart. You can purchase directly while you're in the video screen. Okay. And users, they can use the tokens that they earn and get it as a discount. So creators, they can also list NFTs, merchandise, and even digital products, or even like courses. All right. So this creates a seamless loop of watching, shopping, and earning. But we also has like AI for our platform. It matches the products to what's on the screen, and AI tools to help creators edit and personalize content, and we make users more engaged with our AI quest. Dual token economy. So we run on a dual token model, and this is how we solve the token inflation. This is WZX is our governance token, and it's going to be tradable on exchanges. ZRC is our reward token, and it's locked inside the platform. So there's no external liquidity, it's fully controllable. All right. So users who earn ZRC have two clear paths. As you can see in this flowchart, they can come to our platform and they can use AI tools, go to e-commerce or purchase subscriptions, etc. Or they can either go to swap it for WZX, which is the governance token, and take it to centralized exchanges. And then we also have this commerce-backed cycling to kill the inflation. So using our patented watch and buy technology, we allow users to pay 30% of the price with ZRC. So let's say this is a $100 product, they can pay up to 30% of the product with $30 with the product price with tokens. Okay, so a minimum of 30 million worth of ZRC returns to the platform with only $100 million. Okay, and we have the total market of 6 trillion total accessible market. So we have partnered up with 300 KOLs, Super Media, which is the Taiwan's largest YouTube media, and then 2.4 million set-top boxes in Philippines. We work with second largest telecom in Philippines. Ownership is often disputed between influencers and agencies. So that's why we have this one NFT equals one channel. Okay, so whoever owns the NFT owns the channel along with its data, subscribers, and history. And this is why we are adding NFTs, bio to the NFTs. This makes channel ownership provable, transferable, and liquid. Quick view of our business model. So when users join because they earn rewards while watching, and then creators, they can come on board because they can monetize through product sales, NFTs, and not just ads alone. Advertisers and brands, they're participating by paying for in-stream placements, sponsorships, and product sales. And this will, the more commerce we can drive, the higher price for the BZX, our main token. In the roadmap, our beta development should be out in 2 months. Okay, and we are planning to TG at the end of 2025. So this round, we are raising 1 million at 20 million FDV. Sorry. And the minimum ticket size is 100,000. 5% unlock at TG, 8-month cliffs, and leading investment over 24 months. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, JJ, and thanks for being on time. Okay. And we've already got some questions. first goals like this. Turning smart TVs into crypto miners is bold. How do you keep it fun for viewers instead of them just running in the background?
So I think it's fine for them to run in the background. Because I can get users, right? The more users we have on the platform, the better. And we have we do set a limit for each channel. So each channel or each person, they can only earn a certain amount of tokens every day. So that's why we limit them. And so this will encourage them to create more accounts on our platform. And what that leads to is more NFT sales. Because if every user just wants to set up an account, they're going to need to have an NFT to enable the watch to earn. Okay, to earn crypto, they have to have an NFT. So this drives NFT sales. This drives the more users on our platform.
Okay, so hope it answers the question. Another one, you're aiming at cloud gaming plus e-commerce together. Do you see Wazcher as the Twitch of Web3 or the Amazon of video shopping?
I would say it's more like the Amazon of video shopping, because what we really concentrate is putting e-commerce into the platform, right? Because a lot of viewers, right, not users, content creators, they don't really get paid enough with just advertisement alone. Even like small YouTube, even like especially in YouTubers in Asia, they don't get really paid much because the ad isn't really so great after the pandemic. So this is why we put e-commerce, so like shopping, right? After the pandemic, people shop a lot more, right? Imagine you have because back in the days, TV shopping was so popular, right? You just look at the TV in front of you and then you just make a phone call. But right now you don't have to, right? Everyone has a screen, everyone has an account, they can watch it directly and they can purchase directly. They don't have to make a phone call, right? As I showed you in the demo, it was one click buy. So it is instant shopping. So I think we are more like the Amazon of video shopping. Yeah.
Another question, with gamified trivia and Easter eggs, how do you make sure Wazcher feels like entertaining first, not just an ad machine?
A really great question. We really haven't really got into this part so far, but how can I say this? So imagine you have like missions on the platform, right? You can say, oh, okay, I give you this mission and I give you points, right? I give you crypto rewards. I give say, okay, you share this video, you like this video, or you invite someone. Every action you do or every mission you completed, you get the points on our system. Or let's say you check up every day, you show up every day on our system, right? We give you like crypto rewards. So it's more like we always reward users because of the engagement. Okay, so it's not just like an ad machine. We are rewarding users. That's the main purpose of Wazcher. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you wanted to connect with JJ after the call, in the chat you can find his contact details, and we still have some time for questions. JJ, what's about the round? You said that the minimum ticket size is 100K. Would you please repeat again, how much are you raising and who your already existing investor?
So I'm just share the screen again. So we are raising $1 million for pre-seed round and 20 million FPV. We did talk to some investors, like tier 2 investors like T-Squared or Tribe Digital, but they are looking for a lead investor. They want us to find a lead investor for us. So this is what we're looking right now, and the other VCs are just waiting on our notice. Yeah.
Okay, got you. So good luck with finding the lead investor. And
thank you.
Yeah, guys, if you want to ask a question, please go ahead. If not, maybe we can proceed with the next project. Ivan, do you have anything maybe to add, or should we?
Yeah, I think it was pretty clear. So thank you so much, JJ, for the pitch. It's really interesting. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Yeah, we got a third project on the line, so that's why we are kind of busy today, but still, yeah, hopefully to see our next project. So
Here.
Yeah, Honeypot Finance. Are you guys here?
Yeah, so what we are actually building is a Honeypot Finance. So it's a multi-chain liquidity hub for the future token economy. So we try to combine a lot of the things relating to the liquidity to combine the culture, bring the attention to the liquidity and create the value. Here is some problem that we see currently with the DeFi product. So one of the major problems that we see is actually idle TVL. So the TVL is actually sitting there, actually not actually bringing too much value to the product. So the reason why that we currently have the idle TVL is actually all the models that we have, whether it's actually the sushi swap or the curve. So they are trying to actually introduce a model to actually incentivize the LP. So for example, the sushi actually will actually give the sushi token for the LP providers for the sushi. So but the user who is actually really someone to actually bring the value, actually not getting anything. So the swap and trading, but the positive income is actually taken by the LP provider. So that's the first issue that we have. Secondly, it's actually the liquidity is really inefficient. It's actually fragmented everywhere. So for example, so with most of the current launchpad models, so the launchpad just launch a token. It's not actually going anywhere else. So that's kind of the really inefficient. And so the people need to actually shop around with the solutions and then find a place to actually onboard the liquidity. And thirdly, it's actually, as I mentioned, like there's actually for swap and trading activities not actually heavily incentivized. So that's a kind of the problem that we see for all the DEX that they have. So so that's kind of the problem that we have. So through our journey, we actually explore some of the problems and solve some problems. This is kind of like some of our past journey that we have actually gone so far. So firstly, we launched our native bear chain DEX over the 2.5 years ago, and then at the East Shanghai in June 2023, we won the East Shanghai with innovative batch ATM model, which kind of like a critically validated our point of the technology with bring the bunch of the traders trading together and solving the price slippage problem. And then so we begin to our journey to actually solve one big problem, which is actually we try to actually solve the launchpad problem, which actually not able to actually bring the liquidity after the post launch. So the model we promoted is actually the FTO model. Try to fairly launch a token with ALP. So this is the first the launch model that you can see to actually combine the post launch AMM. So it's about 6 months early than the Pump.Fund. Pump.Fund launched on January 2024. We launched on June 2023, so it's about 6 months early. And we also it's actually the model for the launchpad. So it's not for meme launchpad; it's for the regular launchpad to actually make the user to participate in the token launch to be the LP. And then we later actually developed a customized hook, which is similar to the Uniswap V4 hook, to customize what type of the launch that people can define. And we officially launched a vesting hook, remove and burn hook, and the other developer, they would have the flexibility to actually write their one hook. So this is kind of like the same revolution that Uniswap would when they actually introduced the Uniswap V4 hook. So we try to actually introduce a hook mechanism with a flexibility to the launchpad. So currently, we are leading the new way to the token launch with the optimizing the liquidity management. So now we are actually expanding from the bear chain to the other chain with the full liquidity full stack liquidity engine solution. So we have all the product that is actually already launched. The FTO with the custom hook, and then pot to pump, which is actually the meme launch model actually developed from the original FTO model, but it's actually particularly actually for the meme traders, and we tend to actually make it to be the LP model with automatic liquidity manager to actually to maintain the price range to generate a high yield. And those are the kind of like a product that we are trying to solve the problem that we mentioned. So specifically, drip drive is one of the main problems that we are solving, the idle liquidity problem. So we incentivize the user who is actually trading. They will actually get the revenue share fee from the trading with the swap plugin. So for each LP token, LP pair that they trade, for example, is ETH-USD C pair. So we build an on-chain plugin to track, okay, how many trade and what's the volume that this user trade. And then, so we have also built the dynamic fee plugin, which actually, so when the user actually increase the trading volume, so it directly actually incentivizes the LP with this dynamic fee plugin, as a dynamic fee will actually increase when the trading volume increase. So that actually built a really lucrative solution with a dual incentivization model to actually solve the idle TVL. And currently, we also have the really good tractions on our social, around 65K followers and 13K Discord and partnership. And we are actually being invested by a lot of the reputable investors, including the DEX First, which is actually the found from the DEX tools, and the Musket.io, they're one of the legitimate projects. They're also being really good investors as well. The CDH investment, Now, and Enigma. So those are the kind of like investors that we onboarded.
Okay, so let's finish up at this point and move on to the questions. We're already 2 minutes late, so we gotta respect the schedule. Okay. So first question: you've got FTOs, LBPs, fixed scales. Which launch format has been the most chaotic in a good way so far?
So for FTO, I think that's kind of the main the launch model that we are actually having for our users and also the partners. So we use it for ourselves as a launch model and launched it for quite a few projects on the Bear chain, the Bear, and also one of the Fujio Foundry, which is our partner. So they're one of the biggest launch pads in the world. Though we also actually signed the deal to actually to actually launch with our FTO model as well.
Got it. Next, if Honeypot, obviously the project becomes the default meme economy hub, do you see it leading more DeFi serious or fully embracing the chaos of memes?
So the full race of the meme, I think our meme model is more towards to the not for the trader, but actually for the for the people who is actually want to actually be the LP and to also gain the high yields. So usually, with the other model like the pumped up fund, so specifically only the model which is actually suited for the traders. For example, people initial stage is actually the bonding curve. People can actually trade on the bonding curve, but suffers a lot of loss. 99% of the people actually suffers a loss from the bonding curve. And then at the DEX stage, there's actually huge selling pressures because of the bonding curve model. So we are the LP model in the beginning. So we form the AMLP. Then when actually when actually the graduated to the DEX, so the user naturally will actually become the LP provider, which build a deep liquidity pool, and they enjoy the high yields from the risk rate plus the automatic liquidity manager to with high yields. So it's more fire models and generate high yields. It's not designed for the trader, but actually be designed for the LP provider initially for that's a user that'll be target.
Okay, hopefully that answered the question. Next, how do your liquidity engine actually keep pools sticky when most meme token liquidity vanishes faster than morning coffee? So
I think one of the major problems that the meme actually vanishes is because, so it doesn't actually create the sustainable value for the users. So that's one of the real problem of the meme. Taking pumped up fund as an example, if someone actually, let's say you catch up the meme from the real world, IP, for example, this real world IP can be maybe something like for example, to be a Superman or whatever. So those IP can be really valuable, but so with a mechanism like the bonding curve, and then it graduated to the DEX. So it's actually Uniswap with two type of DEX, which the people are not actually incentivized enough. So because they don't actually build the deep liquidity pool, and it's actually for the trade, they're targeting for the trader, not actually the someone who believe in the long-term value of the token. The model that we are trying to is actually, for example, those real world IP. We try to actually make that to be can be mirrored on chain. So they become when they become the LP, when the early participant, also the token creator, they become the LP instead of actually the just for the trading model. So they can gain the high APY from the concentrated liquidity plus all the plugin, the swap plugin and dynamic fee plugin that we built with high APY. So they can constantly claim the fees that they earn. So it's like so those IP has a wonder. Who is the wonder? Who is the wonder is actually the early participant who actually to participate in the token launch and become the LP. So it's like when you are like the LP wonder who constantly can charge the fee from the real world whoever uses your application. The same for our meme launchpad protocol. The user who can always claim the fees for whoever is trading the token, and it's really lucrative.
Okay, thank you so much for taking care of the questions, Wilson. I think we are moving closer to the end of our whole session. So, guys, let's just remind you real quick, if you're interested in getting in contact with our speakers, with Wilson or maybe our previous projects, like maybe Jim from Wazcher or Victor from Humanode, feel free to check out the comment section, the chat section, sorry, and there are contact details for our speakers, so be sure to check it out. But we are finishing up, so thank you so much, Wilson, and thank you so much, Jim and Victor as well. And if you want to be the next project pitching here next week, feel free to check the form for participation, which is now in the chat. Thank you so much, Malika, for posting that. Also, there's a feedback form. And yeah, hopefully we got a nice session today. Thank you so much, everyone, for participation and for performing. Malika, thank you so much. As always, see you next week. Have a great weekend. Cheers.